Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the first day of week 2 of our shutdown lockdown. I hope that everybody's listening to what the governor said and staying home and not bringing germs anywhere. Hopefully we'll be over this soon and we can get out and get back to life as normal as soon as possible. Today we're starting something new. We're going to be starting solving systems by graphing. And really, this is not anything new. We're not doing anything new. It's just going to be the way that we look at this. A system is simply two equations that you're solving at one time, and you're looking for an answer that will be a solution for both of them. So the way that we solve these is by graphing, is the same way that we graph regularly. And we are in slope-intercept form. We're going to start off really simple where we don't have to change anything. They're already in slope-intercept form for us. We don't need to convert them. So we're going to start with the first line. And in our first line, we have y is equal to negative 5/3 x plus 3. So I know that my b is equal to 3. So I know that my y-intercept is 0, 3, so I'm going to have a point at 0, 3. And I know that my slope is negative 5/3. So I know that since it's a negative, I'm going to be moving down 5, and I'm going to be moving right 3. And so I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to put that point at 3. And I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put my second point right here. And we talked about how on the test, if we were to do this on the computer, what would happen is you'd click the point right here for your y-intercept, and then you'd count down 5, and you count over 3, click the second point, and it'd draw a line. Well, unfortunately for us, we can't do that because it doesn't work it that way. So I may have to put my phone down. I'm not sure if I can do this, or it may just get blurry for a minute, but I'm going to line up my points and I'm going to draw my line. Okay, and hold on, that didn't work very well, but I think it'll be good enough. All right, so I kind of fix that. Okay, I need more than 2 hands for this. Okay, so that's my first line. So then you're going to do the same thing with the second line. My second line is y is equal to 1/3 x minus 3. It's already in slope-intercept form, and so my b is negative 3. So I know I'm going to have a point at 0, negative 3. That's going to be my y-intercept. And my slope is 1/3. So I know that I'm moving, it's a positive, so I'm moving up 1 and to the right 3. Okay, so I'm going to have a point at 0, negative 3. So I'm going to put that right here. And I know that I'm moving up 1 and over 1, 2, 3. And you can see that is where they intersect right there. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my line. Okay. And so if you look, I have an intersection right here at 3, negative 2. So my solution for this one would be 3, negative 2. And I can substitute in negative 2 is equal to negative 5/3 times 3 plus 3. Well, if I put in 3 right here with this negative 5/3, the 3's are going to cancel, and that's going to leave me with negative 5 plus 3, which is going to leave me with negative 2. So negative 2 would equal negative 2 for that one, so it solves that one. Then if I do negative 2, and right here, I do 1/3 times 3. Well, 1/3 of 3 is 1. Or if the 3's would cancel and I'd have 1 minus 3, that would give me negative 2. So that one would work. also. So this solution right here works for both of them. So that is the solution to our system. And that's how we solve systems by graphing, is we graph both those lines and we look for their intersection. And I guess I should have stopped and like gone back for a second and reminded you that we're in y is equal to mx plus b form. And remember, m is our slope, b is our y-intercept, and then x and y are a point on that line. Which is why we could substitute in that solution. Okay, so we have to have it in slope-intercept form so we can graph it from that. And so I picked, for the first ones, I picked lines that were already in slope-intercept form, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. So let's do one more for today. And so I have y is equal to 4x plus 3. So I see that my b is 3, so I know I'm going to have a point at 0, 3. And I see that my slope is 4. And we know that when our slope is a whole number like that, it's over 1. And so that means we're moving up 4 because it's a positive. And we're moving to the right 1. So we're going to be moving up 4, right 1. So I'm going to start here at 3. And when I start at 3, I don't have enough room to go up 4, right 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go backwards. And I'm just going to kind of rewind it. And I'm going to go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and left 1. So it's just kind of retracing my steps. Because if I went from this point right here, up 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1, then I would end up there. And so that kind of straightens that out. So let me connect those points. Okay. So that's that line segment. And notice I do a nice long line. Remember we talked in class about how I told you there was something coming, and that's the reason that I wanted you to do that nice long line like that. So in my next one, I have y is equal to negative x minus 2. Well, I know that my b is negative 2. So I'm going to have a point at 0, negative 2. And my slope, when I don't see a number in front of my x, I know that it's a 1. And in this case, it's going to be a negative 1 because it's a negative x. So this is going to be a negative 1, which would be over 1. So since it's negative, I know I'm moving down 1. And I'm going to be moving right 1. So I'm going to start at negative 2. And I'm going to move down 1 and right 1. And I'm going to have a point right there. And excuse me while I put the phone down so I can draw that line. And I'm going to line up my points. And I'm going to use my card. I forgot to get a ruler when I was up at school the other day grabbing a few things. But if I look, I can see there is where my points intersect. So my solution for this one is where they intersect, which is at negative 1, negative 1. And I'm just going to check it real quick. If I plug in negative 1 right here, 4 times negative 1 is negative 4, plus 3 would be negative 1, so that would work. If I plug in negative 1 right here, and I do the negative of negative 1, that's going to be a positive 1. Minus 2 would be negative 1. So that one works also. So I know that that one's correct also. So that is graphing systems of equations to find their solution. We'll do some more of this tomorrow. You may want to get some graph paper to help you out. You can just Google printable graph paper on Google, and it'll give you all kinds that you can print up. If you have some graph paper, you can just draw you some little coordinate grids and we can graph from that. I got on ALEKS today, and some of y'all need to start doing some ALEKS. I understand that we're on a break, an unexpected break, but like I told y'all the other day in my first message to y'all, we're on a break And maybe, and I know that they canceled testing for this year, but babes, y'all are going to have to know the 8th grade material going into Algebra 1. So yes, we're on a break, but you're still going to be held accountable for this information when y'all get into Algebra 1. So please, please, please be doing some work during this time. I'm not expecting you to spend all day doing work. I'm not either. I'm Netflixing and chilling. If you haven't seen All American, it's a really good show, but you have to be doing some work. I love y'all. I miss y'all. If you need anything from me, email me. I'll be glad to help you any way I can. Take care, be careful, stay safe, keep the people you love safe. I hope to see you really, really soon. Bye-bye.